Hello everyone. I welcome all of you to the 26th session of the course Energy Law. In today's session, we will examine the question why competition matters in energy markets. Let us quickly recap what we have discussed in the previous week. In the previous week, we examined the Energy Charter Treaty and energy arbitrations. We covered the evolution of the Energy Charter Treaty, admissibility and jurisdiction, the Energy Charter Treaty's substantive protections, selected Energy Charter Treaty arbitral awards, and the recent discussion on the need to balance investor rights and the state's ability to regulate in the public interest. Week 6 of the course is dedicated to examine the significance of competition in energy market. We start by examining the question why competition matters in energy markets. Then we will examine the energy market structure in India. We will also see key competition issues in India's energy markets. And in the later part, we will examine the role of Competition Commission of India in the energy sector, followed by selected competition cases and CCI orders. In today's session, we will examine why competition matters in energy markets. The identified reasons are efficiency and cost reduction, lower prices for consumers and industry, innovation and technological upgrading, better access, choice and quality of supply, reliability, transparency, and consumer welfare. Let us examine all these reasons in detail. Energy markets are critical testing ground for the principles of competition law. Because electricity, oil, gas and emerging clean energy sectors combine essential services, large infrastructure needs, and significant regulatory oversight, the foundational goals of competition policy become even more important. In this context, the core principles preventing market power abuse, promoting efficient market functioning, safeguarding consumer welfare, and enabling fair entry play a very decisive role in shaping outcomes for both consumers and industries. Competition law aims to protect the competitive process, not individual firms. This is crucial in energy markets where large incumbents naturally emerge. The law focuses on keeping markets open and fair rather than shielding any company from rivals. Natural monopolies heighten the risk of dominance and foreclosure. For instance, transmission and distribution networks often have single providers, creating structural dominance. Without oversight, such firms may restrict access or discriminate against new entrants. It is also to be noted that cartels and collusion distort procurement and inflate public cost. Bid rigging, price coordination, and market allocation in fuel supply, equipment procurement, or distribution can result in significant losses to consumers and the state. It's pertinent to note that dominance is not illegal, but its abuse is highly relevant in the energy sector. Excessive pricing, denial of market access, discriminatory supply, or predatory conduct can undermine supply security and fairness. Again, barriers to entry justify greater vigilance under the competition law. High capital cost, licensing requirements, and control over essential facilities make it difficult for new firms to compete, increasing the need for regulatory and competition scrutiny. Let us examine the aspect of efficiency and cost reduction. Competition encourages energy producers, generators, and distributors to continually improve their operations. When firms face rivals, they must optimize fuel procurement, generation efficiency, and network management to remain viable in the market. This competitive pressure reduces technical and commercial losses, discourages unnecessary or inflated investment, and promotes least cost generation strategies. Over time, a competitive environment leads to a more efficient utilization of key infrastructure, such as pipelines, transmission corridors, LNG terminals, and storage facilities, ensuring that energy resources are delivered at the lowest possible cost to consumers and industries. Competition lower prices for consumers and industry. When multiple firms compete in the energy sector, prices are shaped by genuine supply-demand dynamics rather than monopolistic markups. Competition disciplines pricing behavior, ensuring that no single player can unilaterally inflate tariff or fuel charges. Industrial consumers such as steel, cement, chemicals and manufacturing benefit directly from competitively priced electricity and fuel, enhancing productivity and national economic competitiveness. Households too gain from more stable and affordable tariffs, which reduces the overall cost of living. Instruments like power exchanges, spot markets, and competitive gas auction help discover transparent market-based prices and further prevent distortions. Let us examine the aspect of innovation and technological upgrading. Competitive energy markets create strong incentives for firms to innovate, modernize infrastructure, and introduce cleaner and more efficient technologies. Competition encourages companies to differentiate themselves either by lowering cost, improving reliability, or offering new value-added services, something that monopolies or highly concentrated markets rarely have a motivation to pursue. Innovation becomes visible across multiple segments of the energy ecosystem. In the context of renewable energy, we may note advances in solar PV efficiency, wind turbine technology, and hybrid renewable energy systems. In the context of energy storage, we may note deployment of modern batteries, pumped hydro solutions, and grid-scale storage that support reliability. In the context of smart grids and digitalization, we may note the widespread use of smart meters, IoT-enabled grid management, demand response platforms, and real-time monitoring. We can also make a note of efficiency-enhancing technologies such as adoption of supercritical and ultra-supercritical boilers, clean fuels, and low-emission industrial processes. Firms innovate to lower cost or provide new services, something monopolies rarely have incentives to do. This is crucial for India's clean energy transition and net zero commitments. Let us examine how competition promotes better access, choice, and quality of supply. Competition in energy market significantly enhances the overall quality of services delivered to customers. When multiple firms compete for market share, they are driven to offer more reliable supply, transparent billing, and responsive customer service. This reduces outages, improves grievance redressal systems, and encourages utilities to adopt modern technologies for monitoring and service delivery. For industrial and commercial users, competition expands choice. Mechanisms such as open access allow large consumers to select their preferred electricity supplier, enabling them to negotiate better tariffs, green power options, and premium service standards. Competition also promotes greater access, especially in areas where state utilities have historically been unable to provide reliable connections. Private players enter underserved or remote regions through innovative models such as microgrids, distributed solar, prepaid metering, and decentralized energy services. These new entrants improve connectivity, expand energy availability, and support inclusive growth. Let us examine how competition improves reliability, transparency, and consumer welfare. Energy is a universal input. Every household, farmer, MSME, and large industry depends on it daily for functioning and long-term growth. Because of this economy-wide impact, the reliability and transparency of energy supply are central to consumer welfare. When markets are competitive, firms must maintain consistent and dependable supply to retain customers. This incentivizes better grid management, timely maintenance, improved fuel procurement, and investment in backup systems. As a result, consumers experience fewer outages, more predictable service, and reduced operational disruptions. Competition also enhances transparency. With multiple suppliers and market players, prices are more likely to reflect actual cost rather than monopolistic markups. Transparent pricing through power exchanges, gas auctions, and open access tariffs allows consumers to understand how and why they are being charged, reducing information asymmetry. The Competition Commission of India plays a pivotal role in safeguarding these outcomes. Through its investigations, penalties, behavioral directions, and market corrective measures, the Competition Commission of India helps deter collusion in fuel procurement or power generation, abusive dominance by monopolistic utilities, exclusionary practices that block new entrants, and unfair pricing that harms both households and industry. By keeping markets fair and open, the Competition Commission of India ensures that India's energy sector operates with greater efficiency and integrity, ultimately protecting consumers and reinforcing public trust in the system. Let us conclude our discussion. Competition is essential to building energy markets that are efficient, affordable, and innovative. Because energy is a foundational input for every sector of the economy, anti-competitive behavior, whether through dominance, collusion, or barriers to entry, creates widespread economic harm. A competitive environment encourages lower prices, better service quality, improved reliability, and faster adoption of new technologies such as renewables and storage. By preventing market power abuse, ensuring fair access to essential facilities, and promoting transparent market processes, competition law plays a vital role in shaping India's energy transition. Ultimately, competitive energy markets protect consumer welfare, support investment, and strengthen long-term energy security, making competition not just an economic principle, but a core component of sustainable energy governance. Let's see what's coming up. The upcoming session will explore the structure of energy markets in India, focusing on key segments, regulatory dynamics, and competition challenges across fuel sourcing, generation, transmission, and distribution. Thank you.